Hello everyone and welcome back to another week of Road to TCG Worlds 2016. Now I'll be using, as the deck that won the poll was Mega Mewtwo EX. So honestly I'm not sure how viable or competitive this deck will be, but I figured it'd be a nice concept to try out. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited about the new breakthrough cards, and I am as well. So we'll be taking a look at Mega Mewtwo EX. Its attack, Vanishing Strike, can one-hit KO every Pokemon EX that's out there right now, and with some access to a few key cards I'm using in the deck, you could potentially one-hit KO any Pokemon EX except something like a Mega Groudon holding a Heart Charm or something. But aside from that, you can take one-hit KOs on potentially every single Pokemon out there, which seems pretty nice, to be honest. As long as there is a stadium card in play. But when isn't there a stadium card in play these days? I mean, doesn't matter if it's yours or your opponent's. And we are running 4 stadium cards, of course, ourselves. But we'll see how this goes. This guy also has 230 HP, which is amazing. That's a lot of HP. And to Mega Evolve, we are using this Mewtwo EX with Photon Wave. You can perhaps prevent some damage. That 30 damage might come into play. And we are also using the Shatter Shot Mewtwo because it could potentially finish off some Pokemon towards the end of the game. And aside from that, we have one Wofet as support. I mean, I just included because I had the space. I am using Dimension Valley, I am using Golbat, and it's just an overall really good card. So I have it in there. There might be situations where it might come in useful. I do have a 2-2 Golbat line to pair up with Mega Mewtwo EX because, as I mentioned, with the stadium card in play, you deal 200 damage. That is enough to one-hit KO every single Pokemon EX out there, but with Sneaky Bite and those 2 damage counters, you can one-hit KO Mega Manectric, Mega Rayquaza, things like that. So it will probably come into play quite often. And finally, we have 2 Shaymin EX as support. We definitely need to draw a lot of cards to set up the Mega Mewtwo EX, and it's not Mega Rayquaza, which can abuse Skyfield, and 4 of those. Now, as far as supporters go, we have the 4 Sycamore, which are pretty much a standard rule for me. We have 3 Giovanni Scheme. Why am I using Giovanni Scheme over Birch or Shona? Well, there's no point in using Shona anymore because this guy is exactly the same as Shona. Oh no, never mind. It's draw until you have 5 cards, sorry. It's not the same as Shona, and it's not the same as Birch. But it is to draw up to 5 cards, which is a bit worse than Bianca before, but having the ability to do 20 more damage comes once again into play with Mega Mewtwo EX. You might not be able to get Golbat to get a one-hit KO or something, but having the option of a plus 20 damage to anything seems pretty great, and the fact that you can combine it with Golbat drops and things like that. So that's why I'm running 3 of those, 4 versus Seekers of course, 4 Lysandre to ensure we can KO whatever is threatening us, 4 Dimension Valley to reduce Mega Mewtwo's attack cost and to power it up to do 200 damage, 3 Mewtwo Spirit Links so that we don't have to wait a turn to Mega Evolve, 4 Ultra Ball in order to search out everything besides Zubat and Golbat, 2 Level Ball just because I had the space. They could become more supporters or things like that if I feel the deck is running too slow, 3 Trainer's Mail in order to access and dig deeper through the deck, 2 Switch because the Pokemon have a high retreat cost. It has 3, Wofet has 2, the regular Mewtwo has 2 as well, and of course 4 Mega Turbo. These guys are extremely important to the deck, and especially when combined with Ultra Ball in order to discard the energy so that we can power up Mega Mewtwo a lot faster. I am using an even split on Fighting Energy and Psychic Energy, and Mega Mewtwo's attack costs are more towards fighting, so I might have to play around that during the week. but we'll see how it goes for now. I did leave it half and half because we do have the potential to Shatter Shot with this Mewtwo and Wofet as an option. So with that in mind, let's search for our first game in this new UI, which I had some comments on it earlier this week on a pack opening video for Breakthrough. I've played with it a bit more, and it's not as bad as I originally thought it was, but it's still definitely a step backwards from the previous user interface and the speed of the game and everything. The attack animations are great and all, but I'm not totally convinced. And now we are up against a Dragon Psychic deck. We win the coin flip, which is pretty nice. I do want to go first. I have no idea what this means, but we'll ignore it for now. And our starting hand is pretty terrible. My opponent mulligans, thankfully. Nice coins. What do you mean nice coins? Thank you. Oh, he's using the world's coin. Wow. And oh, why did they switch? Okay, I obviously did want to draw from my mulligan. Oh, and just looking at my hand, I think I definitely need to. I forgot it's click and drag. Gosh, this thing is terrible. What was I saying? Why would they change the yes to no? I clicked I didn't want to draw a thing. Okay, hopefully I get an Ultra Ball from this. Nope. I don't want to grab either because I don't want to discard them. I am going to play the Dimension Valley. The thing is, do I want to attach? I think I do want to attach to Shaymin. And I'm going to Sycamore for sure here. My opponent's deck is probably Turbo Giratina. So I'm glad Mega Mewtwo bypasses that. And one Mega Mewtwo should be able to power through two Giratinas on its own. Now I didn't get too much for next turn. Just gonna pass for now. I could potentially get the second Shaymin out. I could also Mega Evolve and pass the turn without attacking. I do have a few options here. Now, what I'm not liking is the fact that I am missing a fighting energy right now in order to be able to attack with Mega Mewtwo. So that could become a problem here. Now that deck has the potential to get a turn one Chaos Wheel, which would prevent me from playing my Spirit Links, but I'm not in too much of a hurry. The Golbat line honestly will be pretty useless. My opponent isn't using any Mega Evolutions, so I'm just gonna forget about it. I think I'm gonna use Golbat as discard fodder for Ultra Ball in order to potentially get that other Shaymin, and we'll see how this goes. This Giratina already has 3 energy total, so there is a potential he gets the turn 1. Well, he would need to play a Skyfield, another Reshiram, a switch, and then retreats. So odds aren't too great for that to happen. The question here is, do I even bother attacking with Shaymin? No, I would retreat, of course. Okay. Not the best turn for us yet, but I am going to get rid of Lysandre with the Ultra Ball. I am going to try to get the Shaymin, which I should have checked if it was there. It is, which is very nice. My opponent didn't counter Stadium, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna attach an energy over here. I'm going to play this Shaymin, draw up to 6 cards. There's the other fighting energy, and there's 2 Mega Turbos. So I'm going to retreat Shaymin for Zubat, because my opponent will probably play or probably attack with Giratina next turn. if he Lysandres a Shaymin and KOs it, that's fine. I will have the KO with Mega Mewtwo EX on the next turn, thanks to both of my Mega Turbos. So I'm pretty happy about that. This Mega Mewtwo might be able to take all 3 prizes on its own, depending on if he gets more muscle bands himself. And the Versus Seeker for the Lysandre could be pretty huge. Yeah, my opponent is going to retreat. If he plays down a different stadium, that's fine, because I do have the 2 Mega Turbos in my hand. I will be able to power up Mega Mewtwo. So I'm not too worried about the lock. I'm not running any special energy. I won't need to attach any tools anytime soon. And there's the Chaos Wheel, so I'm gonna have the KO right back. I'm very glad Vanishing Strikes I hope it's not glitched though. That would be really terrible. Gonna play the Mega Turbo. Gonna get a Psychic Energy. Of course attach it to Mega Mewtwo. Now the question is, do I want to go for another Mewtwo? I don't think so. And I want to save this Versus Seeker to KO, to use Lysandre to KO whatever he decides to power up. So there's the Vanishing Strike, there's the 200 damage, disregarding Giratina's ability thanks to the text on Vanishing Strike. Get another Versus Seeker and a Giovanni Scheme. Giovanni Scheme, as you can see, is pretty terrible in this situation. I will be honest, I thought it was shuffle your hand and draw 5, not draw up to 5. So I might want to reconsider that. And yeah, we're still in a pretty good position though. I have the 2 Versus Seekers to be able to target whatever I want. Obviously this Giratina is a priority since it does have the double dragon energy. He could power it up this next turn, but if he doesn't attack right away by benching another Reshiram and attaching 2 energies and a muscle band, I think this Mega Mewtwo will be able to take all 3 one-hit KOs easily. He does attach the muscle band, he hasn't attached a fire energy. He plays a Versus Seeker for a Team Flurry Grunt, so saving this Mega Turbo is even more important. And yep, he whiffs on that. Going to Versus Seeker now for the Lysandre. I am going to play the Ultra Ball now, and I'm going to discard. Okay, and my opponent concedes. So first victory for Mega Mewtwo EX against a legit deck, honestly. So yeah, that one-hit KO potential is very nice on Mega Mewtwo. Very nice. I did get pretty much everything I needed to delay my opponent, and I think he would have been better off just not KOing Zubat and waiting and powering up multiple Giratinas, but that's something that's very difficult to think about, to be honest. And I did have Mega Mewtwo EX with only 1 energy in play, so it wasn't too risky, and odds of me having everything I needed weren't too big, although perhaps all I needed were 1 energy and 1 Mega Turbo. So not entirely sure. I'm surprised my opponent never played a counter stadium though. I would assume that deck plays Skyfield or something else. Possibly the new stadium, which reduces bench space. Now I mulligan, unfortunately, so no surprises for my opponent next turn. I start off Zubat, which is pretty okay in this situation. Unfortunately, I do have the Mega Turbo in my hand, and I will have to discard it potentially. See, I always have trouble figuring what to get here, because I could get Shaymin for a few cards, or I could Sycamore right away and get my Mewtwo's out. I'm thinking of a Hoopa in here, which wouldn't be terrible, but I'm not sure how useful it would be, especially because bench space is a bit tight. And honestly, this is a very rough draft. Yeah, I'm not even gonna consider Shaymin anymore because I am up against a Wolfed Crobat deck, most likely. So Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo EX. Okay, I am up against Gengar, so it's Gengar Wob most likely. This thing being in play is amazing for us. Puts a lot less pressure on me having Mega Turbo to power up. And what I will need though is Lysandre. I will need to Lysandre for this Gengar. He does have the potential. No, he already attached here, so I'm not at risk of a turn 2 Dark Corridor, which is great. I get a Dimension Valley, which I'm going to discard right away, and I'm going to discard the Sycamore. No point in getting Shaymin, so I'm gonna get Mewtwo right away. This attack doesn't apply. Oh no, it does apply weakness. Never mind. So Shatter Shot might be useful in this match. I don't know how useful Golbat will be. Whoops. So I'm gonna get rid of these 2 cards. I don't think Golbat will be important at all actually. Although, nah. Gonna get these Mewtwo out, have the option of both, and I will decide. I think I'd rather power up this guy first in order to have Shatter Shot as an option. And there's the Sycamore for a perfect 7 cards, which is awesome. I'm used to being able to Mega Evolve the first turn from with Mega Rayquaza, which unfortunately isn't the case. I might... I don't have energy in my discard pile, and that's the second Mega Turbo I'm gonna have to discard. So I still have to pick Sycamore though. To get all 3 Mewtwo's into play, I am able to power up this guy, but I really wish I had an energy in my discard pile right about now. Just gonna pass the turn. I can't attack. Why are you even offering me to attack? This new UI, guys. This new UI. It's not terrible, and I guess if you guys hear echo, because I think I'm listening to echo, please let me know so that I can try and fix that. The new house means new settings, probably. But as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Probably not too important. I think I just have to wait until I have the Lysandre KO on Gengar, or back-to-back Lysandres. That's all I have to do in this matchup. And I do expect Gengar Wolfed to become pretty popular, or Gengar Trevenant. I am using a Trevenant deck in different tournaments on Reddit, on the PTCGO subreddit, and I'm really enjoying that tournament because it's a no EX's tournament, monotype tournament. And I top deck that. Wow. I'm in no hurry. My opponent isn't putting too much pressure. He hasn't drawn the Float Stone. If I play this, I won't be able to draw a single card, so I'm just gonna Mega Evolve here. I really am in no hurry right now. That ends my turn, unfortunately, but it's not a big deal. Next turn I can Sycamore. 2 Mega Turbos will be in the discard pile. It's unfortunate that I've only drawn a single energy so far, but it's not the end of the world. My opponent is going at a slower pace, and yeah, as I was saying, Trevenant I think could potentially make a comeback, since Seismitoad is no longer a big factor, and Psychic Assault, he got the Muscle Band. Okay, if I attach a single Psychic Energy, I will do 60, which is not enough. Do I think I can power up Mega Mewtwo? I don't think so. So I might end up sacrificing this Mewtwo as well, just to be able to get the KO there. Just gonna Sycamore right away. If I had no energy, come on. I got nothing useful. Literally nothing useful. Wow. Gonna level ball. This is terrible, guys. How can I be 30 cards into my deck and only seen a single energy? Gonna switch. No, I'm gonna. No, I right click to cancel. What is this? Ugh. This new UI is horrible. I hate it. Oh, and I can attack because of Dimension Valley. Whoops. That's my bad. I could be skill diving away against this Wofet. That was probably a bad play on my end, not to skill dive. Now my opponent has Gengar EX powered up now. Oh, what is this? Headringer. Oh. So now I need 4 energy, and I'm not even drawing a single one. This is just very lame. Extremely lame. There's the escape rope, so that's why I wanted to save the switch. Oh. Damn UI. This wouldn't happen in real life. Jeez. This is just ridiculous. And I can't even see the Headringer. It just has a arrow downwards. Now I'm really pissed at the UI, at the new UI. And he gets the KO on Mewtwo. Easy as that. This is terrible, guys. That Headringer and 2 things being there. Okay, I have to be patient. My opponent doesn't have anything beyond that. And of course I top deck this. Doesn't have anything beyond the Gengar EX. So as long as I take the KO on this Gengar, I should be okay. Gonna put the 20 damage on a robot just because I feel I'm gonna have to use Golbat's attack this turn. Draw cards until you have 5. There's this 2 energies, but I have the Headringer. Ugh. I hate this game. Gonna play the Ultra Ball for these 2. There's nothing I can do. I think I need to get Wofet here. And but I'm gonna need, I'm weak to Psychic. I'm gonna need a supporter. Come on, what is this? How can I have 20 cards left? I'm gonna retreat for Wofet. Yeah. I'm gonna pass. I can't believe I'm in top deck mode at this point. If the deck had run somewhat decently, I wouldn't be in this position right now. But my draws have been absolutely terrible. And there's a Lysandre to get the KO on that Mewtwo. So now I need to Lysandre and Sycamore, and I need too many cards in this turn, which I can't play enough cards this turn to win. I can't. And my opponent might simply have the Versus Seeker KO here. He's down to 1 price. So what can I do? There's nothing I can do. Can't even attack. Just gonna concede. This game doesn't showcase anything at all. I'm pretty sure this matchup would have been a lot easier if the deck had given, if this had done something for me. But pretty terrible draw. Not much I can do about that. And yeah, Welcome to the new UI, guys, which puts you on tilt and is slow as heck and is terrible and doesn't let you take back anything. And yep, whatever I was saying that it wasn't too bad, I take it back. It's terrible. Thank you guys very much for watching and enduring that. I will keep up the videos despite my huge dislike for the new UI, and I will see you guys tomorrow in Spanish or Wednesday in English. Bye bye.